This bar graph represents the number of scoops of ice cream sold from the month of May to September. In the month of May, just over 50 scoops of ice cream was sold, while there was an increment in sales during June with about 130 scoops of ice cream sold. July experienced the most number of ice cream sales with about 340 scoops. In August 200 and September 50 scoops were sold, thus there was a decline in sales, probably because the beginning of winter. In conclusion, July was the most profitable, while September was the least profitable month for this company. This image represents the natural water cycle. At first, water gets evaporated due to heat from the solar radiation. The water vapor rises in the sky and condensation occurs to form clouds. The clouds move due to wind currents in the sky. When the clouds come in the proximity of mountains, precipitation occurs in the form of snow. Due to solar radiation, the snow melts, and the melted water flows down towards the water reservoir to repeat the cycle. In conclusion, this natural cycle is the reason for all life on Earth. This line graph represents the number of passengers traveling at London Underground Station from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. At 6 a.m. in the morning there is no rush with only about 100 passengers. In the following hours the number of passengers traveling rises to 400 at 8 a.m., which is the peak hour. The number of people traveling fluctuates until it attains the lowest number at 4 p.m., before rising dramatically to around 400 people. The number drops back to its lowest between 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. In conclusion, the two peaks represent the employees traveling to and from their work. This bar chart represents the deforestation per square kilometer in the world from year 1980 to 2007. During 1980, about 2 million square kilometer land was logged. In the next 5 years, additional 1 million square kilometers was cleared off the trees. In years 1991, 2000, and year 2007, approximately 2 million square kilometers of land was deforested. In conclusion, the rate at which the land was deforested was incremental, which is not very promising for a better future. This image represents the structure of a hydroelectric dam. There is a water reservoir at one side of a dam where it is stored. The water is taken in from the intake, and through the penstock it leads to the turbine and rotates it. The turbine is connected to the generator where electricity is generated. The powerhouse where the generator is located also has power lines to distribute the electricity through the long distances. The water that comes out of the turbine is released in the river. In conclusion, this renewable source of energy seems to be very lucrative and efficient, which enlightens our daily life. This bar chart represents the students' favorite color. The survey included responses from 25 students. About 23 students responded that their favorite color is red, while 15 stated that they like blue color. About 10 stated that they fancy green, and 5 for black color. Least number of students liked pink color. In conclusion, it is clear that red is the most favorite color, and pink is the least selected color by students of the survey. This bar graph represents the reasons for study according to the age of students. About 80 students under age 26 chose studying to develop their career, while only 10 are doing it because studying is their interest. There are equal number of students in age group of 40 to 49 who chose studying as a hobby and as a career. On the other hand, students over the age 49 prefer studying because it is their interest. In conclusion, younger students study for making their career, and older students study because it makes them happy.
This graph represents the average rainfall measured in inches for 4 major cities in the United States. The city of New York had the highest average rainfall with 47.25 inches, followed by Dallas with 33.70 inches. Honolulu saw average of 22.02 inches of rainfall, while the least amount of rainfall was seen recorded in Phoenix at 7.66 inches. In conclusion, New York City was the wettest with the highest average rainfall, while Phoenix was the driest city with the lowest average rainfall.
This image represents the world regions with their favorite sports. It is clear in the first glance that football is the most widely played sports in the world, followed by ice hockey, American football, table tennis, and cricket. Football is played in South America, Africa, Europe, Russia, and Asia, while cricket is favorite in India, Pakistan, and Australia. In China, people like to play table tennis. In conclusion, most popular game is football, while least popular gaming activity is skiing and archery.
This graph compares the total sales and cost of sales for the company during year 2004. The departments taken into consideration are groceries, toys, cars, hardware, and electronics. The highest total sales and cost of sales was for cars, followed by electronics. For groceries, hardware, and toys the sales figures were under 4 million. In conclusion, the car production department is the most profitable while the toy making department is the least profitable for this company.
This graph represents the proportion of trips made by different modes of transport in Sydney during year 2004. The highest trips were made using own vehicle at 72%. About 17% people chose to walk to their destination. Train, bus, and ferry was used by 10% of the people, and the least number of people used other modes of transport not mentioned in this graph. In conclusion, using own vehicle to commute is the most popular means of transport and other means is the least favorite mode of transport among the residents of Sydney.